Veritas stands for truth in Latin.
Some CNBC online, some Bloomberg, Barron's, Wall Street Journal, Investors Business Daily. My life's purpose and import, my destiny, is to be ready for these last days. The American people want the U.S. Constitution. We've got these bozos in Washington, and they're shredding it. They're not doing it. And they won't listen to the American people. They won't listen to the American people.
Having gone to a school started by international bankers, and having studied the conspiracy and the Bible, trying to put it all together, I think my perspective is somewhat unique.
Through there. Nope, got some old people. Okay, good. Our senior citizens turning right. And here we go.
Saw Chile Riano coming. Well, that's how to film.
So, it's great. I've had some good interviews here in Stockton. The real estate foreclosure rate is kind of depressing when you see those houses going to auction. But you know what? There's always beauty if you look around.
Let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fishes of the sea, over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. Man is to have dominion over the creatures. Dr. Drake and other people that say, yeah, there's absolute certainty mathematically that there's other life within our galaxy, within the known universe, and onward and onward. I'd always break one out, whip it open, and, zap it in the microwave for a little bit back in those days, or maybe just try applesauce or something, and people were surprised how good they tasted. It's made for Navy SEALs and Marines and all that, and you can pick these up as civilians, okay? Conjunction between what's happening as far as the Bible, other scriptures that I personally accept, like the Book of Mormon, and what's going on in the financial markets. They're coming together to create actually a financial Armageddon. You might have heard about this New World Order or One World. One World, ready or not? Well, it's been coming for a while, and essentially in a lot of ways with the United Nations and the United States giving up a lot of its sovereignty, we are becoming one world, in some ways one world already. Hopefully you've been watching the price of gold. I've been pounding the tables and recommending gold for several years. Gold, strange enough, is at 666 right now in the spot market, on the weekend spot market. 666, bid ask. A lot of people, they're just on the treadmill, or they're making money. Money is their God. They think that, hey, I own this much, or I'm worth 10 million or 50 million or 100 million or whatever, and they're just focused on money. They're not focused on eternal things. They're not focused on what's important. They're not focused on helping the poor. Okay? When Jesus comes and we're in the millennium, there's not going to be any poor. Rich people will voluntarily share their money. Not with government taking it and redistributing it. They will share their money. Treasuries are the U.S. government debt. 2-year, 10-year, 30-year bonds that the government has. And in finance, people call that the riskless rate. And if you're a studier of Ron Paul and the Constitution, when the government tells you that there's a riskless rate, or even if they tell it to you at Harvard or Yale or wherever, you still have to consider the concept of the government. August 16th, 2009. Today's a really important day. We've had some trouble with the wind here, down here in the south part of the Salt Lake Valley, but here's what I really need to communicate today. Today we're launching manoftruth.org, and I'm going to tell you why we're doing that. I've been working with my son Jason for years. In fact, I taught him how to trade options and futures when he was like 15. The kid's been through a lot. But he knows my stuff, and he's starting to go through some of my old footage, get those predictions, because it's important for people to know my track record so they can see that I've been able to predict the future for a lot of different reasons, which I can't explain. But it's been about 30 years of really wanting to know the truth and willing to study anything, whether it's popular, unpopular, religious, economic, and of course I'm very grateful that I had a chance to go to Harvard Business School and study with a lot of very bright people in some great libraries. And believe me, I did a lot of thinking and studying when I was back at HBS from 87 to 89. So,
Today, I am launching manoftruth.org. Thanks for everybody that's been watching me on YouTube. I'm going to continue to post on YouTube, but the most intense material and the most intense updates are going to be at manoftruth.org. Okay? My son's helping me launch that today, and here's what's going to be happening on manoftruth.org. What's happened with YouTube is I've been able to get the message out to a lot of people, and there's, as you can see, there's about 8,100 subscribers. And thank you everybody that's subscribed to YouTube. You can subscribe to manoftruth.org, and then you can be a member and post things. I love the people, the audience that's been able to kind of gather around at YouTube. Brilliant people. I've got, well, I'm not going to identify all the people I have, but I've got people that are in government, people that are in military, people that are in the Netherlands, Sweden, Israel, Mexico, Canada, Australia, France, all over the world. And so there's this nexus, there's this bunch of people that are very bright from all over the place, and I've built personal relationships with many of you, as you know. So that collective knowledge, I'm going to organize more and have it over at manoftruth.org. In fact, it's already going, so I invite you to go check it out. Check it out today, especially tonight. And then I'm going to be having a blog over there, besides categorizing the videos, which Jason's helping me out with a tremendous amount. But the next 60 to 90 days are going to be very intense. And during this intense time, manoftruth.org is going to keep you up to date as long as I can. And I hope you support the site. We're going to share knowledge, whether we're growing a garden, we're getting buffed, we're getting ready, we're hiking up a mountain, or we're eating wild edibles. It's going to be the place to be, the place to learn, and the place to share truth and learn truth. So as I've said before, make sure you have your water, but rock on. And this is the day, baby. August 16, 2009. Rock it!